In the times that I might feel more self-conscious when I'm walking around making a little video like this, I still feel stupid and I still feel self-conscious, and it's distracting. And it's important to mention this because as my stream of consciousness is coming through, basically I'm just verbalizing as quickly as I can my thoughts. My thoughts obviously go rapidly, and that's important because the closer to the initial thought, the conception, the idea, the eureka kind of moments when all your brain activity is in a high mind state, you are creative, you're imaginative, you are inspired. And in those moments, it's important for me, I think, to document those. And so I want to now systematically optimize my process, my approach, in order to most effectively and efficiently capture those little golden nuggets. And I'm not sure if talking into a video like this is conducive to get the most efficient process, the way to capture it, because every time I hear myself talk nonsense, it makes me feel more self-conscious. It brings me out of my high mind state, and it brings me more into like a high ego state where I am more neurotic than I would be if I wasn't recording, right? I can quite easily walk along this, park and not feel self-conscious at all. I have my sunglasses on, I'm hiding any kind of flaws that I have on my face. I'm walking normally, I have proper function in my body, but I feel self-conscious that I'm doing this selfie video, which I don't tend to do, and yeah, I feel all this pressure and it's very distracting. So I'm not sure if recording videos, selfie videos anyway, maybe 360 videos using Sidekick, an idea I came up with earlier, where I'll use a 360 video or any kind of, I could just hold this on a stick that's coming out of my chest, or I don't know, rigged up somehow, and record a completely hands-free video. And with it being 360 and with technology getting much better, it feels like, I'll head back this way. It feels like the future is going to be ready for more dynamic content and more personable content and more authentic and truthful content, genuine stories and explanations about how people are coming up with their own unique perspectives on things, and observations about fundamental truths that might potentially affect humanity if their ideas and their discussions were able to coalesce and get projected out there and get picked up, become viral, and then now it's in the mainstream, zeitgeist. What if your idea that you happened upon through walking through the park was able to just be picked up, talked about and agreed upon, and maybe you can impact other people's lives in a positive way. Let's definitely think all in a positive way. So I don't want to keep walking around with my phone in my hand, because all of this explanation is distracting away from my original ideas, and those original ideas haven't, they're different to this, what I'm talking about right now. But this, what I'm talking about right now, is important for my process. So just as a personal note, I might still continue using the diary, the audio or audio only podcast that I created, and it's automatically being updated on YouTube, but I put it on Podcastle and then it gets put out through Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. So I might still keep adding audio and then auto transcription through AI using Fireflies to do that, which is a ball ache. I'd much rather just use one device and it captures everything for me. It captures really good audio so I can use that for other things, but all of this content production requires a freaking team, and I don't have one. I can't afford one, and I wouldn't even know where to begin if I had one, quite honestly. But it would fall in line with my intention of optimizing everything and being as productive as I bloody can, because I feel like I have like untold amounts of value, and it's really getting me down that I'm still unable to fully express them, if that makes sense. Even though talking is one thing, doing is something completely different, and I want to start doing lots more, and I want to be enabled to do so. And one of my main restrictions right now is the financial thing. My personal inability to have secured enough income and a career and choices and decisions so that I am able to have enough money to go on a new venture or to invest in a new business. I can't do that. So my choice now is to just start documenting my thoughts, make it as effective as possible. This is one way to get close to it in real time, but it makes me go round in circles, because I get self-conscious and I get into my ego state, and I drift out of my high mind state and I drift more into ego mind state, and that is not conducive for these ideas to be spread. So yeah, might make no sense to you. This is mostly for me. I will use the long form videos to make like very concise short form videos, and hopefully they'll hit. I have no idea. I've never used any AI auto editing software, and I don't have a team of amazing editors like they do have at the Diary CEO, which I am so on board with their newest venture. I mean, it's been a master plan of Stephen Bartlett, yeah, for a long time apparently. I've been watching a lot of the Diary of the CEO. Most people know about that, but they have another channel on YouTube behind the Diary, and that is so juicy. That is so full of like useful information. It's a different format. It's a vlog format. It's a follow me while I, do my attempt in like making the world a better place through sheer hard work and inspiration. And that's like Steve's journey, and through his amazing team, and through their like constant passion about self-improvement and improvement in the world and optimization and all this kind of stuff, frontier information they've brought forth. It's like the newest generation of TED, but using podcasting, which is completely accessible by anyone. But he's attempting through Flight Group and Flight Studio to, if I've got this correctly, to basically enable and empower anyone who wants to access on all the tools and all the resources and all the connections to professionals in order for you to be seen, be heard, connect, get your message out, start your own channel, make your own vlog or your own review channel or your own discussion panel channel or just an interview kind of thing, podcasting, whatever you want. A podcast is just your channel. It's your tube, So instead of YouTube hopping on this from the beginning, I mean, the name should say, YouTube. They should fully back and enable anyone, individuals, especially the youth, especially the younger generations who don't have the money and resources and who have so much to give and so much to prove and so much to ask, like asking good questions. We should really cultivate all of this, and it's coming full circle. This idea is definitely one that's like a positive loop, that of Flight Group and Flight Studio, and I really want to be on board with that Flight Studio. If they give me access to all the tools that I need and team, like personnel, if I was to be able to say, okay, can you handle this for me while I focus my attentions on this, and I'll make my processes more efficient and be able to make more content. And then if that's fed through automative processes and a lot of manual labor from video editing until the tech catches up to us with AI, man, that is exciting to be just an absolute factory of content production that's going to be more of value rather than of, being like social media as it is now, where the currency is your attention, and your attention is being like dopamine hit by just frills and thrills. And there's a resurgence now of people who are really drawn to important stuff, like everything that matters, that really matters, because they get to hear from the people who climbed that mountain, who reached the top. And after a while of, luxury and privilege, they generally start looking around and going, this wasn't it. This isn't all that. I've got some lessons, but there's another freaking mountain up ahead, but I can't climb that alone. I need the help from everyone down below. So as a necessity almost, as a joke, but they need to now leverage their skills. Like Stephen, for example, and his team, they're in a position to create win-win situations for billions of people. Win-win situations. I mean, it's a win-win situation for me is I get to sustain myself with enough money coming in so that I don't have to worry about money anymore. I just keep doing what I love doing. And if it's in the realms of content production, which, by the way, can be freaking anything, absolutely anything you can imagine, you can create your audience, and you can create value, and you can give value, and you can have confirmations and all that stuff. You can build your little niche, your bubble, or just hop into one. You can do anything through doing what you love. And I love a lot of things, and I want to share my love, which is my ideas, my concepts, my notions. I have huge, massive, big picture ideas and visions, right? And I am like stuck in, perceptions of limitations, I suppose, because I'm gradually climbing myself out of this hole. But I would love a launch pad, not just a springboard or a plane to take flight. Sorry, Flight Studio. But I feel like I want to be astronomical rather than just looking to the skies. I want to look to the skies, but I'm going beyond, I'm going beyond expectations, because that's the kind of headspace that we want to be in, that we need to be in. We need to shoot past our limitations. And so I am looking skyward, I am looking to fly, but I'm looking for a launch pad to send me cosmic, send me into the universe. Obviously not literally, I'm talking about with ideas, with our potential. Our potential is unbound, and I want to unbind myself. So yeah, joining something like the Flight Studio would be absolutely awesome. I have so many ideas coming up, ideas that I've been banking, and now I kind of want to discuss them more and present them to you, to anyone, so that you can take interest in them and do them yourself. Because what I'm referring to is stuff like Sidekick. You wouldn't know that project unless you went into my diary, what's it called, podcast, and listen to episodes about me talking about Sidekick, which probably there weren't many. And then Sidekick will turn into all sorts of different types of specialized content production, where you don't have to be a photographer, you don't have to know anything about composition, or you just do what you do, and you have a 360 camera with you, and it's just, there you go. And figuring out ways to manage all the massive files that's going to come out of that, that's another consideration. I'm hoping that's kind of what Flight Group will help out with as well, is management of everything. They'll just help you do what you do, and they'll like help you take care of the rest by getting the right people and the right resources. I really want to join their bloody thing and start flying. Right. Maybe I will start writing down notes in order to collect my thoughts and not get distracted and not start rambling on, because that's not helpful for you, that's helpful for me. It'll be helpful if AI helped me auto edit these long form videos so that they just take the snippets, but I don't know if AI is there yet to understand the kind of like, I don't know, editing skills required out of years of experience from human experience. Who knows? But I think I'll carry on making the audio entries, because this is making me too self-conscious. If I even had a 360 camera sticking out my chest, I'm not sure if that would make me feel less self-conscious either. I think the process should be refined, and maybe journaling is the way.